What makes TES different from your standpoint? There are many conferences dedicated to affiliate marketing. Some of them are local, some international. Every month there is not just one, but a few conferences are taking place somewhere in the world. Affiliates attend them. We all know how useful it is for business. What I want to understand today is what's happening behind the scene, how conferences are organized, how that works from inside. Today we are reviewing one of the oldest affiliate conferences in Europe, TES 2019, here in sunny Portugal. I'm meeting Walter and Andreas, founders and organizers, and we will try to dive deeply into event business in affiliate marketing industry. We will see ourselves how that all goes. So let's begin. Hi, Captain.
Oh, you good?
How's it going?
Good.
Check it out, ZorbasMedia, make some noise!
Make some noise for TES 2019
the European
with
Summit.
Andy and Roman. I can't rap,
not even
unfortunately. I hope you're recording it. Hey, Walter. Wanted to start from this question. There are tons of different affiliate conferences around the globe. What makes TES different from your standpoint?
I think we have to go back all the way to the beginning when TES started in 2009. There were very many conferences, even like today there are many. And there were conferences very much focused on parties and entertainments, etc.
Right.
Which we thought that was very difficult to break into, and let's create a conference that's totally focused on business and giving people the opportunity to make business.
You started 10 years ago, and you have been doing it 10 years. How do you see that has been changing over this year? What do you see less? What do you see more nowadays than it used to be 10 years ago, let's say?
Well, 10 years ago we were still in the tail end of the party market, and then of course we had the crisis, which affected everybody and all the industries involved, of course. And from that emerged a more business focus, where people say, okay, we want to go to conferences, but we really have to get business done, and we have to get an ROI on our conference. And I think that's one of the things that made us strong, is constantly listening to what our clients had to say. I think that's what it's all about, your clients, and not what you think by yourself.
What kind of companies do you see more this year?
The last couple of years we've seen a bigger emergence, of course, of the camp companies. And back in 2009 it was, for the most part, big sponsors were building companies. And you see a slow transition to camps and what's going on in the market. We have the affiliate programs, of course, that are always big and always there. But we also see there's a lot of attention now for back office support. People are growing their organizations. There's organizations here that have thousands of people on the payroll. So it is substantial big companies are here. Looking to fill up their needs. It goes from hosting to answering your SMS or collecting the mail. It's basically full service profile of the industry that you have here.
Hey guys, I hope that you have been enjoying our video so far. I'm in Amsterdam now. I have just interviewed at VD Network, and I wanted to take this chance to personally thank our sponsors that made our media coverage of TES conference happen. First sponsor is LeoCash. It's worldwide traffic monetization platform. If you have a website of any kind and you're looking for another revenue stream, push notifications might be a right option for you. The platform is very simple. You just need to register, install the code on your website, and start getting income. LeoCash helps you to monetize your site with push notifications. Our next sponsor is Binom Tracker. They have been with us from the very beginning. Binom is super powerful tracking platform built by professionals for professionals. I will give you just 3 reasons why to start using it. Firstly, its pricing model. It's $99 unlimited. Doesn't matter how many clicks you have. It might be 1 billion click, it's still $99. Secondly, it's built by top affiliates with precise understanding of what trackers should be capable of. And lastly, it's very easy to switch. It takes no efforts whatsoever. You just take your decision, the rest on Binom's part, including setup. So guys, again, thank you very much for supporting us. And now let's continue to watch our video from the TES conference. Enjoy it.
How long does it take to prepare for a conference of such a scale? When do you start to work?
It depends. I mean, we usually the first thing we do is like usually end of the year. I contact the sponsors to close deals for the entire next year. So usually in November, December, I contact people and say, hey, we want to sponsor the 2 conferences of the next year, and then people usually buy in for 2 conferences. So the first thing that usually happens is to deal with the sponsors, because they will also talk to you even if you're, as I said, 5-6 months, a year out. That's usually the first thing, and then after that we might work on the seminars, write the show program. That gives us some time, and then usually the last thing is to contact the attendees. It doesn't make sense to promote a conference 3, 4, 5 months before. Nobody's going to register for a conference that happens in half a year.
What is the best time to start promoting a conference?
To the attendees, I would say probably about 2 months out.
2 months.
There needs to be some urgency. I mean, if the conference is in March, then I think in January you can really start pushing it. It doesn't make sense to push it in November or December. People are thinking of the holidays, and people are thinking of New Year's, and
Do you spend a lot to market the conference?
We've not really. We've started lately a little bit, not so successful, but the main growth really comes from recommendations from word of mouth. I mean, when we started, it's mainly really our growth mainly comes from people recommending us to their business friends.
Have you ever been approached by anyone with a proposal to sell TES as a brand?
No, not really. What happened was the other way around. The other conferences contact me and ask me if I want to buy their conference. Smaller events sometimes come to me and say,
how many people do you expect to see this year in Portugal?
Here, I mean, we just had 1,400 registration come in. So yeah, overnight maybe another 20, and then maybe another 30 at the door. So
1,500.
1,500.
Have you already checked how many people have attended the conference?
Yes, we had here 1,450 registrations for this conference. And normally it's about 100 people that never pick up their badges.
Mm-hmm. Is it your record? Is it
No.
the biggest one?
No, the biggest one was last September in Prague, because we do have 2 a year. And that was 1,650 people.
All right.
But let's say the last Prague show and this Prague show, we've seen a significant rise in attendance, of up to 30%.
Yeah, that's quite.
So we're very happy and very satisfied.
And can you tell me how many out of all these attendees are actually affiliates, people who run traffic, approximately?
30-35%, I would say.
Can you give a piece of advice for companies who want to exhibit on any affiliate conference in the future? How to establish a good presence in a conference? How to take a maximum out of a conference?
prepare your conference. Prepare what you want to say, and there's different things that people wish to achieve. Some people just want some brand awareness. Then you go into the bigger advertising if they wish. I mean, there's a whole package of sponsorships that we have, and then you basically talk to us and what you wish to achieve, and we talk you through what we have to offer, and together we seem to try to find the right fit.
I also wanted to ask you about your speakers. How do you find them? Or it's probably they find you?
Some find us, and we find other ones, and a lot of times we go on recommendations from our clients because we do an inventory of subjects people would like to hear, and we ask them who is one of the best speakers in that area and who is the best speaker in that area, and through that process we finally wind up with our speaker list.
Wow. Do you check somehow the content that is going to be presented on a conference, or you just leave it up to the speakers?
No. We know the topics, the subjects, basically. We look through what they want to talk about and see if it's fitting. But as a lot of the time the recommendations come from our own clients, it's an easy opportunity, really, to approve someone or disapprove.
This conference, your only business, you are not involved in any other.
That's our only business, and as said, we still have big growth plans, and well, we're not bored. So no, people always say, what else do you do? And no, people overlook the business, the work for conferences is done between the conferences. That's when you have to go out and find new sponsors and new attendees. That's when the work gets done. The conference itself, it's just renting a space, hanging some banners, and one time someone came up to me in a conference and said, "Oh, hey Andreas, now you have to work for 3 days." And I said, "No, obviously you want to get everything correct, and we usually do. But the main job was done when we had 1,400 people register for the conference."
How big the team that organize the conference? I mean, in terms of planning.
You met the entire team.
What?
You met the entire team.
So it's just 2 people.
That's
And
one.
you handle pretty much everything.
We handle everything.
Andreas, I never asked you, but I have this question in mind. Can you tell me how did it all started?
Yeah, basically it wasn't really my idea. Before I was working as an affiliate manager for a payment company, and that's where I made a lot of international contacts. Then actually someone who had his own German conference, he contacted me and said, "Look, I have this German conference, and you have all the international contacts. Why don't we make the conference international?" And then basically we met and we had a deal in place. Then that the German business would stay with him because it was already built, and for the rest we would then share the profits. And a little bit later I received an email where he tried to change the deal that was already agreed upon and in place, and that obviously you cannot do. So I got very angry.
And how did you partner up with Walter?
When I left the payment company, then Walter was starting a real estate business, and which was online based, and I had the background in online, so I helped him with that. And that was a crisis, a real estate crisis. That company didn't go well, so then that stopped. And as I said, shortly after was then the time when I was approached from that German company to say, "Hey, let's grow our German conference into an international conference." And then I started working on that project, and people liked the idea of this new conference, and then I had more and more interest and more work, and then Walter said, "Hey, I have some free time, should I help you out at the beginning?" And then at the beginning he was helping out a couple of hours, and then it got better, and then he was working half a day and full days, and in the end he said, "This is a really nice group of people to work with, why don't we work together full time?" and that's how we then started. And later on, we decided to become business partners in the project.
Yeah, and you do everything just together, and two of you are responsible for pretty much everything. Can you tell me how you managed to split the task?
Yeah, basically it's pretty natural. It comes pretty natural. I'm more someone who likes the sales side of the business. I also have the contacts, obviously, so it's easier for me to do the sales. And Walter is more someone who likes to read and write. So he's a person who writes the website, who writes the newsletters, who does the marketing, and also the accounting, which obviously also needs to be done because he learned accounting. That's his profession.
Do you argue sometimes over the things?
No, not really. In the last 10 years, I cannot remember that we've ever argued about any business decision. The thing is, we both have similar, what I would say, views on business and business ethics. So again, I think we could be in different rooms and people could ask us about a business decision, and I think we would independently take very similar decisions because we have the same views on how business is committed.
It has been third day of the conference so far. What is the feedback from attendees, from companies, from your sponsors, from affiliates?
People are very, very happy. Obviously, one thing is, I think we did a good performance, but also, to be honest, I mean, we got very lucky. This year we had 3 days of very nice weather, and
weather is fantastic.
If you're in an oceanside resort and you have nice weather, it's very difficult for people not to be happy.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone loves the sun, everyone loves the ocean. So I think that obviously already brings a very good basic vibe. And the feedback is fantastic. People start to really love this hotel. They start to appreciate that it's far away from everything. People cannot go away. People have to stay together. Nobody just wanders off. And people told me that they because of that, also made very good business because people had to stay at the show and focus on what's important, which is business.
How is conference going for you so far?
I must say, Andreas did a very good job again with this show, so we're super happy. I had a chat with him yesterday, and it's like growing again from last year. He improved a lot of things here as well. The quality of conversations we have here is very, very good. So we did a great business here, and we really enjoy our time here.
How do you like the conference in general so far?
For me, this is the best conference hotel in all the shows I did in my last 20 years. Because the hotel rooms are very nice. You have the pool outside, even if it's a little bit cold, but they have inside a pool. And the ambience here is open. You're inside, outside. A lot of interesting people. It'll mix adult industry with mainstream people. There's interesting panels. So yeah, I would say this is one of the most important shows you need to visit if you're in this industry.
Can you tell me why you have chosen Lisbon to have your conference?
Well, we started in Barcelona, as you know. And as the conference grew, for us it's very important to have a show floor that works. So as you can see here, we have a couple of thousand meters square space where the whole show floor splits into. And at a certain point, Barcelona didn't have that accommodation anymore. And then our only option was to go to a real convention center, which is cold and impersonal. And we like our shows to be personal and totally focused on networking. And the hotel environment is just much better. Because if you look around, we have the golf course on one side, we have the pool on the other, and the ocean all around. It does beat the convention center.
And how much do you spend just to host people? For the venue, for the alcohol?
Percent F&B, I think we're 6 digits.
6 digits. And, just for alcohol? Quite interesting.
That's about, probably 6 digits.
Just for alcohol? 6
No,
digits.
for drinks.
Wanted to ask you, what are the main expense items that you see?
For our conference, mainly it's really food and beverage. I mean, that's a major investment. And then obviously we're very unique. We always rent an entire hotel. So we always, of course, have to...
So you rent every room in the hotel?
Yeah.
Lastly, what I wanted to ask you, what are your future plans? What will we see on your next conference? Any surprises that you have?
If I tell you, it won't be a surprise.
Yeah, it won't be a surprise. But what goals have you set for yourself as an organizer for the next conference?
That is still in. That's a topic that we constantly discuss. And for us, it's most important that our clients are having a good time. And to keep this up, we need to find hotels like this that have the space in the area and the capabilities to host our conference, because we just think it beats a convention center.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
I know that you're busy, and I really do appreciate your time. You know, I have an interesting question for you.
Yes.
We're going to the party tonight.
Of course,
You
I'm
know
always.
everything about parties.
I like the microphone.
What is the recipe for a perfect party?
Well, first the music, the people, the location, and free drinks all night long.
Have you organized many parties in your life?
Yes. Before I even come to the adult industry and internet business, I was a DJ for independent rock music, like Rage Against the Machine, Rammstein, and stuff like this. And yeah, but you know, to make parties, the recipe is, of course, here.
Women probably.
Bremen is Women.
Adding to the alcohol, free drinks.
Well, I'm married, so I don't play around with. This is, you know, it's also. The girls here are all in the business. They are managers. They are not models. This is a business-to-business conference. So it's not about flirting and stuff. Dancing, of course. When women dance, men go automatically on the dance floor.
That's the thing. That's what I meant.
That's my party in Prague on the TES, and Prague is always famous for this because I have a lot of local girls mixed up with the business people. So then that makes fun.
So in Prague, you kind of host your own party.
Yeah, there's the traffic partner VIP party, and it's not on the schedule. It's not official TS because this party I do in Prague longer than TS is existing. So
hope I might have a chance to get invited.
Of course,
there.
of course.
You are on the camera.
Yeah.
All right. See you tonight on the party.
Yes, like always. But first we go on the Livecam Awards. Make some fucking noise!
Captain and ZorbasMedia.
See you soon.
So next of your conferences is taking place in Prague this autumn, September.
Yeah.
What do you prepare for us? What do we see there?
More of the same. I mean, the main difference is obviously in Prague it is a conference in a city, so this is more outside of a city. Prague's more inside of a city, and then obviously just by the naturally by the location, obviously here in Lisbon we have more people from Portugal, from Spain, from Italy, from France, from the southern part of Europe, whereas obviously in Prague we have more clients from Central Europe, Eastern Europe, Russia. So Lisbon is kind of like the summit west, and Prague's kind of the summit east. And that gives us two different types of attendees, which then also makes us interesting and relevant for the sponsors to sponsor us twice a year, because it's even though the event has the same name, the people that they will be exposed to are different.
Are you going to keep that tradition of free entrance for the affiliates for the next conference?
I think we will. I think what will change is we will look a little bit more closer on the applications.
Yeah, have you seen people cheated on their applications?
Yeah, it's starting. People are taking a little bit of advantage of what we do. I mean, there are a lot of performance networks or ad networks or affiliate networks that definitely do not qualify for a sponsored affiliate.
Yeah, they
pass.
send their people.
And they pretend to be affiliates, obviously to not have to pay, and that's not the idea. I mean, the idea was a little bit like Robin Hood. The people who have the money, they support the people who don't. And yeah, so that has gone a little bit out of control lately, that people
How many free tickets have you distributed? For this
Usually,
conference?
I think we give away about 40% of the tickets. So here, 1,400 or let's say 1,500 people. 40% is probably about 500-600 free entrance pass we've given away this.
You probably
this
need
time.
to require kind of to provide affiliates give us statistics or something.
We will
like
ask
that.
for more information in the future. As long as we were in the process of building the conference, obviously we were a little bit easier, but now that's quite established. I think the people that do not qualify, I think they should pay, because they also get a lot in return what they don't get at any other conference. We're less than half half as expensive of our competitors, and you do get free shuttle bus from the airport, free shuttle bus to all the events. You get pretty much 48 hours open bar. You have 2 lunches. You have a free party with free drinks every night.
Yeah,
You have free. You can enter all the lectures for free. You can attend the speed networking for free. You do get a lot included in your entrance ticket, and I think for 350-400 euros, that is a very, very fair price. I know other affiliate summits or affiliate conferences that charge close to 2,000 euros for an affiliate pass, and so I think we're quite.
Don't you have any plans to increase price for tickets?
No, not really. I think we're, instead of charging our existing clients little and little more, we tried. I think our strategy has to be to grow further and become larger. So instead of charging 1,000 people 5% more, I think it makes more sense then to just grow the event from 1,600 to 2,000 people, which in the end is, then we just have to do our job. And
Okay, Andreas, I want to thank you
Right.
very much
Thank
for
you very
your
much for the-
time.
the
I'll
interview.
see you next time in Prague.
yeah, nice. I hope so.
And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We review conferences here, talk to the most notable persons and companies in the sphere of affiliate marketing. See you next time.
Okay, thank you very much, and hopefully see you in Prague.